Hey guys, it's your girl Tina here. It's been a while since we've done a Tina Trizer, and seeing that Fenty Beauty just launched their new Bright Fix Eye Brighteners, I thought I'd try it for today's episode. So Rihanna just launched a new line of Bright Fix Eye Brighteners for Fenty Beauty. There's 16 shades available, and this is basically like a lightweight sheer to buildable coverage concealer. It has a serum-like texture that melts into the skin, and it's supposed to be really hydrating and give you that glowy finish. This can be used to brighten up your under eyes, reduce the appearance of dark circles, and smooth out your skin. It claims to be crease, sweat, and humidity resistant, so we're gonna put it to the test today because in Singapore it is very humid. So I have 3 shades with me today. Shade number 5 is Butter. This is more yellow tone, and it's probably gonna be good for concealing or correcting mild redness on light to medium skin tones. Then we have number 6, which is Melon. This has more of a cool pinky tone to it. So I feel like this will cancel out dark circles and help to brighten dullness on light to medium skin tones. Then we have number 7, which is Deep Butter. This one looks closest to my skin tone. So I'll probably use this to even out my skin tone and brighten up my skin. Here's all 3 shades side by side so you guys can see. Okay, so let's test it out. I'm actually going to apply eye cream first. This one is from LANCOME. It's the Génifique eye cream. Just gonna dab a small amount and then work it up. This is just going to add some hydration underneath and reduce a little bit of puffiness and help with fine lines. Okay, so once that's absorbed, I'm gonna go in with the Bright Fix. As you can see, I do have some darkness around my under eyes, so I'm going to test out both of the color correctors, I'd say. The one that has more of a yellow undertone, and then the other one has more of a pinky one. So Butter is the yellow one. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of it on the back of my hand. And now, when I was swatching these, like a little goes a long way, so you don't need to squeeze out too much. Also, the texture feels really hydrating. It just literally feels like skincare. So these are the 2 shades. So I'm gonna use Butter on this side first. I'm just gonna use my fingers, guys. And then I'm just gonna like blend that in. Now the coverage is very sheer, so if you have like super dark circles, you can apply your concealer on top of this. Ooh, you can see how much like that's brightened up my under eyes. And when I look at it really close in the mirror, it doesn't even look like I'm wearing makeup. You know what I mean? Like sometimes concealers can look a little bit like cakey under the eyes, especially because it tends to cling on to any fine lines and just kind of settle in there. But so far this one, it just looks really, really natural. Let's try Melon on this side. Again, I'm just gonna blend it out with my fingers. Apparently you can use like a brush, a sponge, or your fingers, whatever you like. Though I feel like because it is quite sheer, if you use like a wet beauty blender, it might just take away from like more coverage. So if you want more coverage, I feel like using a brush or your fingers would be best. Wow, that knocked it out pretty well as well. Both colors work really well, but I think like Butter actually looks more natural for me, and it kind of cancels out my dark circles a lot better. I think because my dark circles have more of like a reddish undertone, so that yellow will help kind of, I guess, cancel that red out. Whereas with the pinkier side, it does really brighten up my under eyes, but I feel like you can definitely tell that there's something there. It's much brighter than my actual like complexion. Now I also feel like this product could be used anywhere on the face. It doesn't have to be just for the under eyes. For example, I have like redness around here, so I feel like I have some leftover yellow, so why not just like apply some there. Just gonna tap that in. This will just like, it pretty much works as a color corrector, guys. Like if you don't want to be wearing heavy layers of foundation or concealer, this is a great way to minimize the amount of product you use and get more of a natural finish instead of just layering on full coverage products just to cover up discoloration. You can see how much more even my complexion is looking. Still, I'm gonna try out the last shade, Deep Butter. So again, just squeezing out a small amount I think I'm just gonna use this color just to even out any spots around my face because I feel like my under eyes look pretty good. I'd be interested to see how long this is actually going to last. Honestly guys, I don't think I even need to go in with foundation. I can pretty much use this all over my face, just on the spots that I need a little bit of coverage. Like even close up, it doesn't even look like I'm wearing makeup. It's very, very natural. So that's like my whole face just like touched up, and apparently you can put, you know, concealer on top if you need extra coverage, and obviously they recommend using the Fenty Pro Filt'r concealer. I might just do that on one eye so we can compare like how does the Bright Fix sit under concealer. So I might just do one side and do like a proper wear test and compare. So I've got shade 190 here. So this side I'll just put a bit of concealer here because I can kind of see a little bit of darkness still. And again, I'll just use my finger. So here's a closer look at my skin. Honestly, it doesn't really feel like I'm wearing makeup, and especially under my eyes, so far there's no creasing. And on this side where I have a bit of that extra concealer, there is a little bit more coverage, but honestly, comparing it to the other side, it's not too dramatic. I definitely feel like I can just wear this alone and it will probably be enough for me. Though I do feel like even though it says it's like crease, sweat and humidity resistant, you're gonna still need to at least slightly powder it just to make sure it sets because it is like a liquid product. So I'll just quickly set with the Pro Filt'r powder in butter, but I'll just apply like the tiniest amount because we didn't use that much product. So I'll literally just dust a little bit of that on. And then now I'll just quickly finish off my makeup look. I'll do my eyes and stuff, show you guys the look, and then we'll do a wear test. Okay, so I'm done with my makeup. I did this like bronzy green eye look, and then for lips, I actually used the deep butter color to knock out just the border of my lips, which I normally do with concealer. And because this one is hydrating, it feels so much better and it's thin, so you're not like caking on too many layers. So I feel like it actually works really well if you're the type of person that likes to knock out your lip color. So I haven't added any extra coverage or anything into my complexion. I just did a bit of blush and contour. And so I'm just gonna keep this on for the rest of the day and see how the Bright Fix Eye Brightener lasts. Okay, I am back. It's been 8 hours since I put on the Bright Fix, and guys, I still look pretty good. Let me give you a close-up. Both sides held up really well. I think like naturally at the end of the day, I do get a little bit of like a line, a little bit of a crease, but that's pretty normal. It's not crusty, it's not like cracking or anything. Around my nose, it did rub off a little bit, especially like after eating and wearing a mask. Now, because I applied concealer to one side and left the other side with just the Bright Fix, I can see the difference. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I do like the side with the concealer better because I do get more coverage, and because I did more of like a intense eye look, I feel like it kind of makes sense to have a bit more coverage under the eyes. But if I wasn't really wearing heavy eye makeup, I feel like, you know, just the Bright Fix is enough. One thing to note is that the shade range is a lot less than the Pro Filter concealer. Because this is quite sheer, like one color can kind of be used for a couple of different skin tones. So I think it can be a little bit tricky to find your shade, but if you already have this guy, the Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint, this doesn't have a lot of shades too, but it does cover a couple of different skin tones because it's quite sheer. Also, you still need to use an eye cream under this, even though it's a hydrating formula. Make sure you prep the area well because that's going to give you the best results. Anyways, that is it from me. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. If you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future uploads, and I shall speak to you guys next time. Bye!